Aside from their efficient admin and communication skills, they are very supportive on a professional level, but at the same time, you can feel that personal touch. They care about you not because that's what they do, but because it's who they are. And I think that's a rare quality that you can find in a consultancy, and you can really feel it in the way they work with you. Actually, I already did. I mean, something so great. If you're looking for a strong support system and very excellent in admin skills, then Kanata is the right education consultancy for you. Physical setup of classes, well, experience in Canada's culture. I believe that will stretch my mind.
So, kumusta naman yung experience nyo with Kanata Education? Siyempre, tinulungan
alam mo, in all honesty, sobrang laking tulong sa amin ng Kanata kasi step by step, yung pagtulong nila, ramdam mo talaga yung genuine concern and support nila. Hindi lang sila yung agency na basta makakuha ng pera or makapagpasa lang or ma-check lang ng document sila. Sorry sila ma-check ng document. Makulit sila, matay sila. They see to it that everything is in order before they launch visa application. So alam mo, hindi lang yung feeling ng hindi lang yung feeling na pero feeling mo rin Kanata ko sa application kasi alam mo na check mo maayos at talagang pinag-aanan ng oras yung document.
Aside from their efficient admin and communication skills, they are very supportive on a professional level, but at the same time, you can feel that personal touch. They care about you not because that's what they do, but because it's who they are. And I think that's a rare quality that you can find in a consultancy, and you can really see it in the way they work with you. Actually, I already did. I know already doing something so good, right? If you're looking for a strong support system and very excellent in admin skills, then Kanata is the right education consultancy for you. To the physical setup of classes, well, really and deep down experience in Canada's culture. I believe that will stretch my mind and will add knowledge to knowledge.
So, kumusta naman yung experience nyo with Kanata Education, syempre? Tinulungan
Alam mo, in all honesty, sobrang laking tulong sa amin ng Kanata kasi step by step, yung pagtulong nila, ramdam mo talaga yung genuine concern and support nila. Hindi lang sila agency na basta makakuha ng pera or makapagpasa lang or ma-check lang ng document sila. Soro sila mag-check ng document. Makulit sila, matay sila. They see to it that everything is in order before they launch sa application. So, alam mo, hindi lang yung feeling ng, hindi lang yung feeling na may trust ka, pero feeling mo rin panatag ka sa application. Kasi alam mo na-check na maayos at talagang pinaglaanan ng oras yung document.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, this is Christina, your education counselor. Welcome to Kanata Educational Consultancy Services free webinar. So this afternoon, we do have two schools that will be representing. We have the famous Niagara College from the province of Ontario, and we also have Norquest College from the province of Alberta. So since we have schools from two different provinces, this should broaden your option when looking for the perfect school. Without further delay, we will have the lovely Miss Divine Lacuna, who will be presenting Niagara College. Hello, Miss Divine. Good afternoon. Miss Divine?
Yes, Christina. So our schools for today will be coming from Norquest College and Niagara College. Yeah. So what could be the students will look forward from these schools? Christina?
Hello, I'm sorry, I think we're having a technical issue. All right. So while we're waiting for our first guest speaker, so let's talk about so in Canada we have different provinces, as you all know. So there's British Columbia, there's Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Ontario, Montreal. Sorry, it's Quebec, and then the Atlantic provinces. So what we do recommend when we usually do a one-on-one session with our students, so there are a couple of students who are still very undecided. So alam mo yung hindi pa sure kung which school, hindi pa sure kung which city. Now, with Kanata, we have partners all throughout Canada. So you don't have to worry about looking for schools. We have affiliates, we have partners in each provinces. So what we do recommend to our students is first, you have to determine or you have to decide which province you want to settle to, because the location is really very important. There are personal factors that you need to consider. Let's say the weather. So some of you doesn't like Ontario or on the Atlantic province because it's too cold. So some of you prefer British Columbia because the weather is slightly tolerable. So some of you also consider job opportunities. So we have schools within the metropolis, so that's in the big cities like Toronto, Vancouver, but some of you, of course, for financial reasons, would also consider schools on the more, not really provincial, but more on the small cities in the province. So I think that would be a great step for you to identify which schools you want to enroll to. And here is my colleague. Hello, Sir Francis. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Christina. Yes, long time no see. So, welcome attendees to our webinar with Niagara College and also for Norquest College. Aside from the things that Miss Christina mentioned about the tuition fee, about the weather, students also consider when studying in Canada is the immigration pathway for the students. So some schools eligible, most of the schools actually, the partner in Kanata is eligible for postgraduate work permit, wherein they can still stay in Canada to work full-time and work their way for their permanent residency, especially for provinces like Ontario and British Columbia, Alberta, which is kasama natin today for our webinar. So, yan, pwede rin natin ma-consider yun if when applying for a school is yung plans natin to apply for permanent residency later on.
Yes, thank you so much for that wonderful insight, Sir Francis. So I know that a lot of our students here are really eyeing on applying as a permanent resident in Canada. So
Yes.
Those points would really be helpful. So let's go back to presenting our first speaker from Niagara College. Again, welcome and good afternoon, Miss Divine Lacuna.
Hi, good afternoon. Sorry, I had hello Francis, hello. Sorry, I had difficulties lang. Ayan. So, thank you for having Niagara College here for today, and also I'm really happy to share with our students about Niagara College, Canada. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay. Hope you could see right now. Okay. So, the beautiful Niagara Falls. Ayan. So, this is Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is the most visited tourist destination sa Canada. Dito exactly located si Niagara College. So, ano ba yung pwede nating magawa kapag nandito? So, kapag gusto ninyo na pumunta sa ating mamasyal, pumunta kayo na mag-stroll lang, or dali niyo yung family, or pag gusto niyo pumunta sa US, this is Niagara Falls. So, malapit siya din sa US and sa Canada. So, where are we exactly located? We are located in the province of Ontario. So dito sa province ng Ontario, dito niyo makikita yung capital din ng Canada, which is Ottawa, and yung sikat na city ng Toronto. So and also, isa sa mga must na pagpupunta din sa Ontario is yung pumunta kayo sa Niagara Falls. Then, zoom in natin sa Google Maps. So saan nga ba located si Niagara College, si Niagara region? So we are in the southern part of Ontario. We are 1 hour 30 minutes away from downtown Toronto and just few minutes away from Buffalo, New York border. The area is a medium-sized community that we do cater but the largest tourism destination in Canada. So imagine that one. It's a tourism destination, but it's a medium-sized population or community in Canada. About Niagara College. So sino nga ba si Niagara College? So Niagara College is a Canadian public institution. We do offer more than 100 programs for international students. So if you have any questions about your programs, please do let us know on the chat box. We are also live, so you could also ask us live so on the chat box or in the comment box there. So there's also scholarship opportunities that you're going to look into until the end. Please do stay tuned until the end. We do have 2 campuses in Niagara region. It's one on Welland and one on Niagara on the Lake. It's just 10 to 20 minutes away from each other. Students would usually have the bus as their means of transportation because bus pass is already included in their tuition fee. Some students would buy a bicycle or walk going to school kasi doon na sila nakatira sa area. You could also buy car if you would want to. Then, what are the programs? These are the overview of the programs and what could you see sa Welland Campus. So, Welland Campus, nandito yung Allied Health and Nursing, Media and Communications, Engineering, IT, Trades, Education, and Law Enforcement Studies. So, ito yung mga makikita ninyo kapag sa Welland Campus. Okay naman. Yung susunod naman natin is our Daniel J. Patterson Campus located sa May Niagara on the Lake. Nandito yung business, culinary, hospitality, tourism, agriculture, and may unique programs tayo in winery, brewery, and distillery. So these programs, I will go to run through it later on, but these are the overview. Ano nga ba yung program na gusto ko? Saan nga ba akong campus pupunta? The credentials and start dates, currently, our January intake is already almost full na or waitlisted yung mga programs. Meron pa rin tayong September na open na for application for 2022. We also have our May or the spring intake. Pwede pa rin kayong humapol. So please do connect with Kanata for those intakes. We also have 2-year na diploma. Usually yan yung kinukuha ng mga Filipinos or 1-year postgraduate programs. So these are the credentials or matatanggap ninyo mga diploma. So may diploma kayo matatanggap after you graduate. What could you learn more? So ano pa ba meron kay Niagara College? So we do also have research, student competitions, learning enterprise, study work, travel abroad. Meron din tayong co-op internship and field placement. So yung co-op internship and field placement, parang siya yung OJT natin. So yung ating mga parang OJT is pwede siyang paid or that is we call it co-op, while internship and field placement is not paid. However, these 3 co-op internship and field placement could help you out para sa makuha ninyo or magkaroon kayo ng introduction sa Canadian placement. Another work placement or work experience that you could do while you're a student is through our learning enterprise. So the learning enterprise or the businesses of Niagara College on campus. So we do have 8 major businesses on campus. So these 8 major businesses helps the students the experience on campus. We also hire students here for part-timers. We also bring back the students. So meron tayo, pwede siyang through scholarships, pwede rin din tayo through mga food banks. Ito ang ginagawa ng Niagara College for the students. Next is, nandito tayo sa mga programs. Ano ba yung mga programs na meron tayo? So for our first is our allied health. So for our allied health programs, the popular is the personal support worker and healthcare leadership and management. So it means that if you are a medtech, OT, PT, here in the Philippines, dentists and doctors, ito yung mga pwede ninyong i-consider na program. The next one is our programs for nursing. So we have 3 nursing programs. These 3 nursing programs are the ones recognized by CNO, or the College of Nurses Ontario, and NNAS, or the National Nurses Assessment Services. So we have community mental health, gerontology, and palliative care. These are the 3 exclusive programs for nurses. Next is our program for engineers. So if you are engineer from the Philippines and you want to take again another engineering program, you could take the same program that you have from the Philippines, or you could have other specialization. So ito yung maganda about sa ating engineering and technology programs. And these are skilled. So it means that you have immersion kung paano nyo gagawin ang mga programs ninyo. Next is our programs from IT. So we have computer engineering, computer technician, programming, and systems technician. We also have programs for other communications like social media management and public relations. For our teachers, educators, sociologists, psychologists from the Philippines, you could consider our School of Community Services. We have the Popular Education Assistant in Early Childhood, and you could also consider the postgraduate program in Autism and Behavioral Science. The next program that we do have is for our police or mga law enforcers, or yung mga pwede natin yung mga nagtatrabaho sa airport, sa custom. So we have 4 programs for you. We have police foundations, custom border services, and private security programs. These are the programs from our Welland campus. The next is for our Daniel J. Patterson, located sa Niagara-on-the-Lake. So this campus is mas malapit siya sa ating Niagara Falls area and sa tourist destination. So first is the business program. We have 4 now, 4 business programs for our students. So these 4 business programs are all postgraduate program. It's business analytics, human resource, international business, and supply chain. If you want to have 2-year program, we have also business accounting, business general, international business, sales and marketing, and office administration. The next program that you could have is, syempre, nandun na kayo sa tourist destination, is our hospitality and tourism programs. We have hospitality and events management postgraduate program. We do have 2 years na hospitality and tourism. We do also have 2 years na culinary and 1 year na culinary skills and 1 year na baking and pastry. So marami kayong pwedeng pagpilian na hospitality and tourism programs. The next is for our agriculture and environmental related. So these programs, we do have, yung mga sikat natin is ecosystem restoration, environmental management and assessment, renewable energies, and yung mga horticulture and environmental technician. So those are our programs from our Daniel J. Patterson campus. If you are a bachelor's degree holder from the Philippines and you would want to have a postgraduate, this is our complete 21 postgraduate programs that you may consider. We have 4 new programs for you, and also the popular ones are also here. These programs are all available for September intake. Some are for May. Yeah. Please do connect with Kanata for the program availability. How could we help you to when you are in Canada? So we have support from our academic advisors and peer tutors. We also have licensed immigration consultant to help you out with your plan and your career. We could also help you, your family, through the community employment services. Medical insurance is already included in your tuition fee, plus transportation. To have socialization and recreation activities with your fellow students or fellow classmates, we also have gym facilities through athletics and recreation activities for you. Yeah, so complete na complete. For housing and accommodation, living in Niagara region could help you to start in Canada. Kasi the cost of living in Niagara region is only 400 to 550 per month, including the utilities. If you want to immerse yourself, paano nga ba talaga sa Canada, paano nga ba gusto ko naman na magkaroon ng ibang friends or magkaroon agad ng immersion sa culture ng Canada. You could also stay with the Canadian family. Ayan. So with the Canadian family, it would cost you 850 per month, including 3 meals per day. So yun isa yung option. It could be off campus or homestay. What would we ask you from you as a student? So we will going to request your college transcript and diploma. Yun lang. English is no longer required for Filipinos. Okay, syempre may question kayo. Paano kung hindi ako natapos ng college or high school graduate ako? Could I be accepted at Niagara College? Yes, you could be accepted. So please submit your high school transcript and high school diploma and your college undergraduate. We accept students from the old and new curriculum. Okay, so if you're going to, even though you didn't have your college degree, accept namin kayo. So that is how flexible Niagara College is. For the tuition fee is around 16 to 18,000 Canadian dollars for one academic year. It includes bus pass, medical insurance, and miscellaneous. So, and your fees, it includes your bus pass, ayan, and if ever yung mga other fees is pagdating na lang yan sa Niagara. So it's hindi naman siya mandatory, but you could also pay 1 year or 1 semester. We also will not require students for any tuition fee deposit. So pag in-apply kayo ni Kanata, magkakaroon na kayo agad ng pwede na kayo agad magkaroon ng letter of acceptance. Then, what are your opportunities while you're a student? So you could work part-time, 20 hours off campus, and on top of the 20 hours per week, you could work 12 hours on campus. So after you graduate, you are eligible for the post-graduation work permit. If you study for 1 year din yung PGWP ninyo. If you study for 2 years or more, up to 3 years, yung post-graduation work permit ninyo. Okay, what are your advantages if you're going to apply for Niagara College? Okay, so yun nga, there's no tuition fee deposit. You could apply 2 programs and receive 2 letters of acceptance at the same time. Application fee is waived with Kanata. And you could apply for the 2,000 entrance scholarship. Please do like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So this is our Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to assist, or I baka mamaya pa yung questions, but I hope to see you soon sa Niagara. Salamat!
Wow, thank you so much, Miss Divine. So a lot of our students here most probably have already heard about Niagara College because again, IELTS is waived. I believe application fee is waived as well. And of course, the famous Niagara Falls. So our next guest speaker will be from Norquest College in the province of Alberta. So let's all welcome Mr. Surab Vishant.
Yeah, hi, Christina. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to probably play a quick video first of the college, very small one, and then I'll go into the presentation. Okay, so hopefully you can all see my screen here. So let's watch this quick video.
No matter where you are, you will always have a place at Norquest College. Norquest College is a vibrant, inclusive, and diverse learning environment that transforms lives and strengthens communities. We are dedicated to making sure you can continue to get the workforce-ready education you expect. We are here to support you, wherever and however you may be learning. Norquest instructors, faculty, and staff all share a commitment to making sure your success is at the core of everything we do. At Norquest, you'll acquire career-ready training in an environment that is truly welcoming, accommodating, supportive, and inclusive. Norquest is your community college, a place of inclusion and a place of impact. Let me be the first to say, welcome to Norquest.
Okay, so yes, welcome to Norquest College. And I'm going to quickly share my screen and we'll go to the presentation. So Norquest College, as was mentioned in the presentation, is one of the community college. We are located in the city of Edmonton, which is on the other side of Canada. From Ontario, we're coming to Alberta now. So again, the picture that you're seeing in the background is of the downtown Edmonton. So Edmonton is one of the big cities in Canada. There are only 6 big cities in Canada, which have more than 1 million population. So Edmonton is one of them. Edmonton has roughly 1.3 million people. So from a Canadian standard, it's a big metropolitan city. And also Edmonton is the capital city of the province of Alberta. So some of the benefits of studying in Edmonton, I will start with that. And I'm also going through today the presentation about a little bit about the economy of Edmonton, the programs we offer, the benefit, and also a little bit about the Alberta Immigrant Nominee program, because I'm myself a certified immigration consultant, so I can definitely legally talk about immigration programs as well. So we'll go through all that information. I'm going to highlight our health programs a little bit. We have a lot of health programs. And then that's one of the things that we specialize in. Then we also have our community study program, some engineering programs, and also some business programs. So we are not one of the colleges who say we have more than 100 programs. We have only 28 programs, but whatever programs we have are in demand with our local market. So we match our programs with our local economy. So the students have a very high chance of getting employment after they complete that program. So let's start the presentation. So we'll start first with the benefit of studying in Edmonton and Alberta. So as I mentioned, Edmonton is one of the big cities in Canada, which have more than 1 million people, but it's the most affordable big city. So the cost of living as compared to some other 2 cities, which are considered the expensive cities in Canada, if I'm comparing with those, yeah, the cost of living is very less in terms of accommodation and food. So that's one big benefit, is it's an affordable place to live and study. Also, tax-wise, Alberta has the minimum taxes, only 5% taxes, as compared to some other provinces where you see it's way higher than that. So again, what the less taxes mean is that, again, everything is more affordable. Anything you're buying in Alberta is going to cost you less than anywhere else in Canada. So that's, of course, again, a great advantage, saving for you as well. And also immigration-wise, every province in Canada have their own immigration policy. So in Alberta, we have AINP, which is called Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program. So it is definitely way easier, streamlined than the 2 provinces that I'm comparing here. And again, we'll discuss more later on about the immigration pathway. Also, employment-wise, Alberta is the 3rd largest economy. It is the economy with the highest GDP growth rate in any province in Canada. And it also is called the oil and gas province of Canada as well, because Alberta produces 80% of oil and then 60% of natural gas. But we have a big, strong retail and wholesale sector. We have a big, strong healthcare sector. So there is one big employer in Alberta called Alberta Health Services, which employ a lot of health workers. We have also a lot of jobs in social work, agriculture, educational services. So they are very diverse sectors. where students can find employment. And then last but not least, the minimum wage in Alberta is a little higher, $15 per hour. So if your minimum wage is higher, you're paying less taxes, of course, your income after taxes is higher. So in summary, the benefit of studying in Edmonton is a place where you can earn more money. It's a place where you'll spend less money. It's a very diverse economy. It's one of the fastest growing economy with the highest GDP, which means there are more jobs coming in. And then again, if you have the plan to settle in Canada, it's a little bit easier pathway as compared to some other provinces. Okay. Now, just to move on, I will talk a little bit more about Edmonton. So Edmonton is a growing city. There are a lot of opportunities in Edmonton. Its economic growth rate is 4%, which is higher than our Canadian national growth rate. Edmonton is one of the fastest growing city in Canada. Its population is increasing by 2% every year. And the city of Edmonton has mentioned that there are these sectors, they are calling these as the sectors of future. So if you are studying in any of these sectors, your next 10 years are really bright in terms of employment. So of course, healthcare is on the top, followed by retail, wholesale trade, logistics, supply chain, green energy solutions. So Alberta is also heavily investing in environmental science. So that's another sector. Then digital technology. So again, Alberta is highly also investing in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. I'm going to talk about a program related to that. And then there are also a lot of jobs for counselors, for therapists. And then in business, it's also focusing on entrepreneurship. So there are a lot of tax rebates for companies if they come and open their business in Alberta. So Alberta is attracting many businesses. Also, there's a lot of jobs for finances and accounting. And also in near future, by year 2023, the city of Edmonton is projecting that it will be needing 60,000 workers across all of us. So all in all, Edmonton's future is very promising. And the reason I'm focusing on Edmonton because, if you're choosing Norquest College, you're choosing Edmonton as your default destination. Now, moving forward, this is, of course, our campus. So we have a downtown campus. So that's our main campus. We do have regional campuses outside Edmonton, but they are mostly domestic students. Most of our international students study in downtown Edmonton campus. It's very accessible. It's connected by train systems, by bus systems. So it's very easy for students to commute from any part of Edmonton to the central location. A little bit about Norquest College. I'm talking about history. So Norquest College opens its door in 1965. We have a history of around 56 years. We are one of the largest public community colleges in Alberta. We serve roughly 21,000 students. Something unique about Norquest College is its diversity. So 57% of our students are born outside of Canada. And the reason being, we have such a high, the population of immigrants, because in Edmonton, the 25 to 30% population of the city is immigrants. And Filipinos are the largest immigrant group, followed by many other nationalities, a lot of people from Africa, from other parts of Asia, Latin America. But Filipinos are the largest immigrant group. We even have a Jollibee as well in Edmonton, and they are planning to have a second one. So that's probably a testimony that there's a lot of Filipinos. And then we have students from more than 100 countries. We have 78 languages spoken on campus. So diversity is in the DNA of Norquest College. Also, what is the uniqueness about our college is that our programs are built in collaboration with the employer. So every program that we have a PAC, which means Program Advisory Committee. So these are mainly companies or employers within that sector. So we build programs in consultation with them. And again, in Alberta, the approval of program is very rigorous. So the government only wants to approve those programs where the institution can prove that there is going to be an employment outcome of more than 80%, which means more than 80% of the students can find jobs for sure. There is an ecosystem of jobs in the region. There are practicums, and there is going to be a labor market report that is attached. So again, we offer in-demand program because a lot of times students ask me, is this program in demand? And my answer usually is, if you're offering that program, it's in demand. We have done that already on homework for you, so you don't have to worry. And also all our programs are practicals, so which is pretty much common in many community colleges. So same with us. We have some paid internship, we have some unpaid internship. We have a dedicated team who will find the practicum for the students. So again, students don't have to worry. In a lot of our program, it's mandatory practicum. So every student will get it. In some programs, we have optional practicums, and those are competitive in nature. So in that case, of course, it's competitive in nature. Not everyone will get it. And we also have a very heavy focus on career readiness. We do a lot of one-on-one career advising, because every individual have their own needs in terms of career. So we do a lot of coaching in career. We also have job portals and career fairs and all those kind of things. And there's something else that Norquest also focuses more, that sometimes some institutions don't focus, which is what we call as skills of distinction. So in Canada, when someone is looking for a job, like when I was myself an international student. So when I was looking for a job in Canada, so Canadian employers are not just looking for education. They're also not just looking for experience. They are looking for skills of distinction. They're saying, okay, what is your soft skills? Do you have leadership skills? Do you have intercultural skills? Do you have some volunteer experience? Do you have passion for this field? So there are those kind of things, but sometimes, a lot of students, it takes time for them to understand what exactly the employer is looking for. So we focus on those skills, which we call skills of distinction. And we have programs, we have volunteer programs, we do have leadership program, we have intercultural programs by which students can acquire those skills, and they can get some certificates, and they can demonstrate that they have those skills, which are valued a lot, which helps students to stand out of the competition. Okay. And the last thing I'll mention on this slide is that our employment rate is pretty high. It's around 95% within 6 months of graduation, which is a pretty high number. And again, the reason being, again, the programs are perfectly matched with the local economy. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why we have high employment rate. Now, in terms of the practicum, we call it work integrated learning. We have, as I mentioned before, co-op. Some of our programs have paid internship. And in those cases, it's around 4 months, and student can get a salary of around between $15 to $18, again, which is one of the highest in Canada, those internship rates. And student can earn anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000 in those paid internship. But some practicum which are not paid, the students are working with the best employer in the sector. So the quality of practicum is top notch in that sense. We have in some program field placement, in some clinical placement, community service learning. So there's all these kind of outcome in which students are applying their education in the workplace, and they're acquiring those skills. Now, a little bit more about economy of Edmonton. I'm focusing this a little bit more because a lot of times students do ask, like, what kind of jobs are available in Edmonton? So that's the reason I'm focusing on it. So again, some of the sectors which I have marked here red are the sectors which, in those occupations, the jobs have dropped significantly in COVID time. So here you can see construction, manufacturing, and the third sector, which we've seen a lot of decrease in job, is hospitality. There are not enough jobs in hospitality right now, not in construction, not in manufacturing. But the sectors which are growing leaps and bounds are health, no surprises. Of course, in pandemic, health is going to be on the top, retail and wholesale trade, professional and technical services, education, public administration, because we are a capital city, so we are going to have public administration job, mining, oil and gas, because that's Alberta is a resource-based province, and then ICT, which is the information and computer technology. So our programs are matched to those economies. So our programs, you will see, are matched to those green occupations. So we don't offer any program which is in the red zone. We call it red zone. So we don't have a hospitality program because there are not enough jobs. We don't have a construction program, but we do have programs in health. We have program in business, which are matched with retail. We have programs in technical and services. We have program in education. We have program like with public administration. Yeah, we have kind of a program, not exactly oil and gas, but it does help students to find job in oil and gas, and then also information and computer. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about we are matching our program to local economy. So we are literally matching it with the occupation when we are, and we are one of the colleges which also discontinue programs. If we find this program is not able to find jobs, students are not able to find jobs, we discontinue program as well. Because our philosophy is if our students don't get a job, then we don't have a job. Okay, so I'll move forward. So again, like as was mentioned by previous institution, same with us, Filipino students don't require IELTS to enter in our programs. There is only one program where we require IELTS, which is pharmacy technician, because that program is run by Pharmacy Council of Canada. So they require IELTS. Even if a student comes from the United States of America, they have to write an IELTS exam for pharmacy technician. But all other programs, including nursing, students don't have to write an exam if they have studied 12 years in Philippines, whether that's a new 12-year high school system, which is since 2017, or whether they are in the old high school system of 10 years plus 2-year university completion after that, or a diploma after that. Okay. Now, I'll quickly go through the programs that we have, so you get a little bit idea. So in health, we have programs like nursing, and we have two kind of nursing programs. We have practical nursing diploma, and then we have a practical nursing for internationally educated nurses diploma. We have pharmacy technician, interdisciplinary therapy, therapeutic recreation, healthcare leadership, healthcare rate, and we have 3 credentials. So again, credentials are a little different because in Canada, education is a provincial matter. So from province to province, our credential differs. So in Alberta, the 2-year diploma programs are taken by students who are high school. Also, sometimes students from bachelor's degree also take that. Same with certificate. And then post-diploma are the programs that only diploma or bachelor graduates can take. Now, some of the programs that I'll highlight here, that we have Canada's largest nursing program. And we are the only institution in whole of Canada which also teaches the nursing program online. But that's online is only for Canadian nationals, not for overseas. And again, we get a lot of international students in the nursing program, and we do have a lot of capacity. So students who have done a high school from Philippines, who have done a diploma, and they want to pursue nursing, they can come into this practical nursing diploma. Any students who have done a bachelor's of nursing, they can do this practical nursing for internationally educated nurses. And then someone who wants to study physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, recreation therapy, they can take this interdisciplinary. Then healthcare leadership is usually taken by health professions like doctors, dentists, because there's not enough programs for them which directly match their skill set, so they can come into the healthcare leadership program. Then we have healthcare aid. There's a lot of demand in this program. And we also have Canada's largest healthcare aid program as well. So we have that. So right now, you can see here the fall programs. So our applications are open since the 1st of October. So you can apply for our September 2022 programs. And health programs are very high demand. So you have to apply early if you're eyeing on any of the health programs. By January, there will be no seat available in any health programs. So you have to apply really, really early if you want to get it. And this is the tuition fee. And this includes the whole program, including health insurance, dental insurance, bus pass, all kind of miscellaneous things are included in the tuition fee. Again, I'll focus a little bit on this program because this is a new program, Practical Nursing for Internationally Educated Nurses. So this program, again, is mainly for students who have done Bachelor of Nursing from outside of Canada. And we have a different curriculum. So once they graduate from this program, they'll write an exam and they will become licensed practical nurse in Alberta. And of course, they can transfer their license from province to province because a nursing is a provincial license. It's not a national accreditation. So it's a provincial one. So So that's how this program is there. Then we have some community study programs. We also call them allied health programs. So we have here a mental health recovery, addiction recovery. So these again are the program post-diploma for students who have coming from health science background, and also students who have done psychology, sociology. And then we have programs like early learning, childcare, community support worker. And again, in Alberta, we have a lot of jobs in social work, community support work, which we call a social assistance sector. That's the second largest sector in terms of jobs in Alberta. So there's a lot of jobs in this particular sector within our province. Also, we have early learning in childcare diploma, very, very overly subscribed program. Same thing here, if you don't apply at least 6-7 months before the start of the program, this program is very hard to get in. So if you're interested, you have to apply early. Then we have child and youth care diploma as well. We have disability studies. This is a little unique program. This is mainly for students who want to work with people with special needs, like autism children, Down syndrome children, Alzheimer patient. And we do have a lot of seats in disability studies. It's a challenging profession, but very rewarding. There are a lot of jobs in our school system. And there's also a lot of jobs in our senior homes, what I mean to say, and also in other public welfare service jobs as well. So that's another unique program. Then we have social work. Social work, I put a star because it's a very high demand program. It's one of the highest demand program right now in Alberta. Usually a lot of students get jobs while they're in the program. So, which is, again, that's the reason we have put a star. So again, it's a very high demand program as well. Again, I'll just putting in the health and allied health, like a little bit about the labor market. Again, the reason being because our college heavily focused on labor market. So these are some of the professions which are in a very, very high demand occupation list. When I'm talking about very, very high demand, which means employment within 3 months of graduation. Medium demand means maybe employment within 6 to 1 year of the graduation. So licensed practical nurse, social work, mental health, disability studies, early learning, childcare, community support worker, healthcare aid workers, very, very high demand right now. Again, pharmacy technician, interdisciplinary therapy, they are medium in demand, but they have a above average outlook in terms of the labor market opinion, which means that in the future, within the next 1 year, there's going to be a lot of jobs in these particular sectors. And these are the average salaries that you see here in all these occupations. And of course, you can go on the ALIES.ca, which is Alberta Labor Market Impact system. So you can see each and every occupation, how many jobs we have in those particular labor market. So you can see yourselves. I'm just going to showcase some of the students here as testimony. So we have this person, his name is Brent Funk. He's also a graduate from a nursing program. He's working in the Royal Alexandra Hospital in one of the big hospitals here in Edmonton. And he's also an instructor. He teaches our nursing students. So a lot of our profession, our instructors are what we call our working faculty. So they're actually working in the field and they're also teaching you in the classroom. Same thing here, this gentleman, QC, he's also a practical nursing graduate. He's working in Messery Sodia Hospital, which is again, is one of the another hospital in Edmonton. This lady, she's from Philippines, Samantha Oliveras, and she is also a nursing graduate. She's also working in one of the hospitals. And again, you can see here her testimony. I'm not going to go through the testimonial because of the time. This is another student we have from Africa, Lithia, and she's currently studying in the nursing program. And she said this is one of the largest practical nursing program in the whole of Canada. Then we have this lady, Jennifer Walter. She's a graduate from pharmacy technician, and she works in Edmonton Cross Cancer Institution. She's also one of the instructor. She's originally from Ukraine, and then she is now the instructor as well. She's teaching the pharmacy students. And then this is another lady. She's from Philippines as well, Michelle. She came to Canada 3 years ago. She did a healthcare aid program, and now she's working as a frontline health worker. as well in Edmonton. Okay, so these are some of the big employers within Edmonton. Alberta Health Services, Covenant Health, Chemco. These are big in health. In retail, we have Elkana, Auto Canada, and then we have some big banks, ADB Financial, Canadian Western Bank. And then we have a lot of companies which come under the Edmonton Economic Development. And then in artificial intelligence, as I was mentioning, we have a full institute, which is called Alberta Machine Intelligence Institute, which comes under that as well. So a little bit more about some of our other program, business technology programs. So we do have business program, which probably I think every institution in Canada has. And then we have specialization in finance, accounting, those kind. And then management and human resource. We do have 4 months paid internship in business program. It's competitive, but if a student gets it, they go and work 4 months in a company and they can earn $6,000 to $8,000. We have very niche programs like energy management. If a student does that, and a lot of engineers from Philippines come and do this program, and then they can work as energy project managers, energy consultants, energy auditors. They can work in oil and gas sector, or even in electrical utility companies. We have environmental protection programs. As I mentioned, there are a lot of environmental science jobs in Edmonton and around it. So they do a lot of field work. And again, we have a lot of Bachelor of Science graduates or even high school graduates who are joining us in this program. Then we have machine learning program. This is a new program, and maybe not many institutions in Canada have this program. This is focused on machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, and computer coding. So it's a very, very new niche program as well. And then we do have professional certificate programs like supply chain management, business analysis. In both of these programs, we have guaranteed 3 months paid internship. Every student going in this program will get a 3 months paid internship, which means if you're paying $17,000 in tuition fee, you're going to earn back $6,000 to $7,000 guaranteed in a paid internship. So we are guaranteed. So Norquest College is guaranteeing in these two programs, everyone a 3 months internship. Okay. So which is great because again, scholarships are great. We do have scholarships, but internships I think are even better. You are working, you're getting an experience, and you're earning money. And also we do have this, again, a unique program called Teaching English. This is mainly for students who are teachers in Philippines and who have done Bachelor of Education, Master of Education, and they want to become an English teacher in Philippines. And you may be wondering why Canada, which is an English-speaking country, needs English teachers. Because Canada gets every year more than 40 to 60,000 refugees. And those refugees who come to Canada don't speak English. So they need a lot of English teachers to train those refugees so they can speak English. And Edmonton is one of the destinations where we get a lot of refugees. And Edmonton and Norquest is one of those colleges which train those refugees in English language. So we hire a lot of English teachers as well. So that's why this program is there. And there is a huge demand as well for English teachers here in Edmonton. Also, Norquest is a very accessible institution. So for some reason, you don't meet our admission requirement. Like for example, you don't meet the maths requirement to get into nursing program. You can write an online maths exam sitting in Philippines for free. If you don't pass that exam, we'll say, okay, you can write the second again for free. If you pass that second time, great. If you don't pass it, then you can take a maths course online sitting in Philippines and you can complete it. Or you can take a Norquest bridging program by which you can do a maths course first, and then you can enter into the target program that you, or any course. I'm not just saying maths, but there could be any kind of program that you can do. And also we have a lot of things also here at the institution to get involved. So when you come here, you can get involved in student council. Again, it's kind of what we call student politics. We have a lot of student clubs. We have ambassador program. We have mentorship program. We have volunteer programs. And then we have many intercultural clubs and others, those kind of things by which you can get the understanding of the social side. Okay, so there's two more slides I'm going to go through. So one thing I want to focus really more, I think this is something which sometimes is not focused that much, that most of the institutions in Canada are implementing a vaccine policy. So if you're not vaccinated in January intake or onwards, you will not be able to enter many of the institutions. So at Norquest College, we have also implemented vaccine policy, which means you should be fully vaccinated in order to enter Norquest campus. Now, right now, we are maybe going to change our definition maybe later on, but right now our definition for fully vaccinated means Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson. Now, a lot of my students from Philippines say, oh, I have Sinovac. Sinovac is pretty much very readily available in Philippines. I don't have Pfizer, I don't have Moderna. Am I considered vaccinated? The answer is no, you are not considered vaccinated. You can enter Canada, you can do a 14-day quarantine, but in order to enter campus, right now you can't even enter campus if you have Sinovac. We are thinking to include all WHO approved vaccines as an approved list to enter campus. But again, we are still, I would say, assessing it because we need to get the permission from the province before we can determine that, because again, health is a provincial matter as well. Okay, so just want to highlight that your vaccination status could also impact your study abroad dreams maybe in the future. So make sure you're also paying equal attention on your vaccination status as you're paying on your visa and all of the things. So just want to bring your attention to that. And again, we do have all the support systems and all that. Once you are at that stage, you want to travel. Yes, we have all the support. We have a travel safe team who can support you that. This is my last slide, and then maybe we'll go to the question. So I think just want to highlight here one thing is that, yeah, right now Canada is a very popular destination because Canada's main motto right now is economic recovery through immigration. It's looking for economic recovery after COVID through immigration. And it has a very ambitious plan to bring 400,000 plus people for the next 3 to 5 years. And again, the international students are the biggest beneficiary of that. In Alberta, we're a little bit more privileged that we have a very, I would say, attractive immigration program, which is called Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program. You can go to this website, alberta.ca /AINP, and then you can definitely get more information about it. But we have 2 streams which are very popular, which is called Alberta Opportunity Stream, which means in this, if you do any 2-year diploma, you do any post-diploma or post-baccalaureate, you just need 6 months experience in that field. And if you get a 4 months paid internship, that 4 months paid internship is counted towards 6 months. So we had some student in business who did a 2-year business diploma. They got 4 months paid internship. So once they graduated, they just need to work for 2 months in their field of study. And if they have a job, they can apply for immigration. It's as simple as that. And plus, if they have, if they're applying to Express Entry, they need some points. But again, in recently draws in Alberta Express Entry, even students with lower scores of 300 could also able to get immigration to Alberta Express Entry. So even with a lower Express Entry points, there's a chance you may get it. Of course, it's a selection criteria. And even in Alberta Opportunity Stream, there are set X number of seats that every nominations are done. Of course, nobody can guarantee anybody's immigration, but it's the probability. You have a higher probability of getting that. So again, these are the 2 programs. Just want to highlight that it is a little bit easier and more streamlined to settle in Alberta. That's the other benefit of studying here. Okay, so that pretty much brings me to the end of my presentation. Hopefully that was helpful and informative to you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for that very informative presentation. So I know if you guys have already decided or may not have decided between Niagara College and Norquest College. Our next speaker, our very own Miss Catherine Manasan, will be discussing the services offered by Kanata. So if you're very interested on one of the schools that we've presented today, then you may want to get your enrollment or application started. How? Let's all welcome Miss Catherine Manasan. She will be discussing the steps with you. Hello, Miss Cat. Good afternoon.
Hindi pala ako naka-unmute. I'm very sorry. Hi, Christina. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you to all our speakers, Miss Divine and Sir Rob, for being with us today. And I hope you guys are safe and well. And I would like to welcome as well our YouTube viewers. Thank you for watching our live webinar via YouTube. Yeah, so let me start my presentation. So welcome once again to Study in Canada webinar with Kanata Education. Let me discuss with you what are the benefits. Our today's topics include who are we and our services, what is the process, and of course, what is the student life in Canada. So Kanata Education is one of the leading educational agency in Manila for Canada. So we are focused on sending students to Canada as a study abroad destination. We are experienced with over 5 years in visa processing and student consultation. We are also working directly with our partner schools in Canada. So our mission is to help students achieve their dream of studying in Canada without the extra cost. Yes, we don't collect processing fees, and we provide assessment tools to our students prior to application. We will be representing you to the school, and of course, we will provide a comprehensive list of requirements for documentation and guidelines and assist you all throughout your student application journey. So as we all know, these are the reasons why Filipinos or international students are gearing towards studying in Canada. I think most of you are interested because of possible migration and of course unlimited opportunities. So what are the requirements required to start your application journey? One, you should have a valid passport, and of course your academic transcripts, your diploma. If IELTS is required, then you must submit an IELTS result. So both of our schools today are not requiring IELTS requirement or English proficiency exam. So you don't need that. And of course, you need to have an updated CV. So what is the process of becoming a student in Canada? First, you need to consult with your counselor. So this part is very critical and it is a must, because on this stage, we will be able to recommend the right program for you. So why is that important? Because during your visa application, you have to write a statement of purpose or your study plan or SOP, whatever they call it. And you must be able to explain why they need to study in Canada, as well as the relevance of the program based on your background. So your counselors or we here in Kanata Education will assist you with the right program recommendation and how you will be able to write your study plan. After that, you will gather and submit the required documents to us. We will help you and do the application to the school. Don't worry, you will have all access to your school records and your application. We are very transparent and you will have all the details. And then you will wait for the letter of acceptance or offer letter from the school. Once you have that, you will confirm your slot and pay the required tuition fee or deposit fee. And then you'll start with your visa application by getting a medical exam and complete the rest of the documents. So Kanata Education will send you the comprehensive list of requirements as well as the study plan writing guideline, and we will help you with that. Make sure that it is correct, it is perfect to be able to secure that visa approval. So once you've done that, you'll submit all these documents to us and we will do a thorough checking, make sure everything is complete. Now, there are two types of visa application for Filipinos. One is a regular stream, which is the most preferred option of visa application of our students. So pre-pandemic, the application assessment runs between 6 to 8 weeks. At the moment, we are getting approvals in a span of 1.5 months to 2 months. So we highly recommend that the maximum time of lodging for your visa should be 3 months before the intake. So to have enough time for the visa application process as well as preparation for your incoming intake. The earlier the lodging is, the better, of course. So what are the requirements? First, you need to have a proof of acceptance from your school or from the designated learning institution. Most of our schools today are part of the BLI list. So you don't have to worry about it. They are also providing you will be eligible for PGWP once you finish your programs. And of course, you need to have a proof of identity, proof of financial support. So this proof of financial support is where the show money comes in from your sponsor. Okay, so the show money is equivalent to 1 year tuition fee and 1 year living costs. So if the tuition fee is between 15,000 to 16,000 Canadian dollars, you will add the living cost of 10,000 Canadian dollars. So more or less, that is around 1 million pesos. So that is the required show money. Now, this show money, you don't need to bring this to Canada. You don't need to have it in your own bank account if you do have a sponsor, which is a third party or your family or a relative. So I will discuss more of this in detail once you book an appointment with us or send us a message on our Facebook page so that we can discuss this with you based on your background. So it depends whether you're going for a self-sponsorship or because it's a case-to-case basis. So we highly suggest you book an appointment and then we can do the consultation with you. So another requirement is a letter of explanation or the statement of purpose or the study plan. So Kanata Education will help you write the letter of explanation, so you don't worry about it. So once again, for regular stream, you need to have your LOA or proof of acceptance, your proof of identity, your proof of financial support, and of course, your letter of explanation. Now, if you don't have a sponsor or all these funds for show money, then you can go for study direct stream, or it's a very straightforward, hassle-free type of application. So pre-pandemic application assessment runs between 4 to 6 weeks. However, at this time, regular stream and study direct stream runs for the same amount of time. Okay. But the requirements are for SDS or study direct stream, you are required to submit an IELTS result with a score of minimum band of 6. So if you are applying to a school without IELTS, but you are submitting visa application through SDS, then you must submit an IELTS score. Okay. You also need to purchase a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. We will assist you how to do this. It's very easy. And of course, pay the 1 year tuition fee. Now, the difference between this two, study direct stream and regular stream, is that with the regular stream, you are providing your proof of financial capacity through your own or through show money or bank statements of a sponsor or your own bank statements. Whereas with study direct stream, if you don't have that show money, then you are advancing all your expenses for 1 year by getting a GIC and of course paying the 1 year tuition fee. Now this GIC will be serve as your allowance, your monthly allowance when you are studying in Canada or during the first year of your program. So that is the main difference. And of course, you need to write a letter of explanation as well. So once again, with study direct stream, you need to submit an IELTS, a purchase guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000, and of course, pay the tuition fee of 1 year. Okay, so we are still in the middle of a pandemic, although we are not on its peak, but it should not stop you from reaching your dreams. During the peak of pandemic, online learning is, schools introduced online learning or distance learning. Well, I need to skip on this because right now Canada is open for international students. You only need to get vaccinated to be exempted from the quarantine, from the approved list of vaccines. But if you are not vaccinated with the approved list of vaccines, then you are required to do quarantine. Now, as a student in Canada, of course, there are certain rules and regulations you need to follow. First of all, you always need to be enrolled at a designated learning institution. Now, if you cannot make progress and you cannot meet the requirements of a student in Canada, then you should leave Canada, especially when your permit expires. Okay, so one benefit of an international student in Canada is that you can work while studying. So you can get on-campus jobs. You don't need to have a work permit, but you need to be a full-time student and holds a valid student permit. Now, you can also get off-campus jobs. You don't need to have a work permit, but you should have started studying. So you can only apply with these establishments outside the campus when you have already started your studies or you are already enrolled in a program. And of course, with co-op, you are usually these are incorporated with your program. It's almost the same as an OJT. It could be paid or not paid. Now, Sir Rob mentioned earlier with Norquest College, they have programs where 3 months internship, and it's a guaranteed paid 3 months internship. So that's very interesting. And if you are interested or these programs are related to you, then you should definitely look at it. So off-campus jobs, you are allowed to work 20 hours per week during semesters or during your school, while 40 hours per week or full-time during semester breaks or holiday breaks. Now, if you can get jobs in all of these three ways, then definitely you can do that. So you can work on campus on top of off campus, and if your program has co-op, then you can combine all of this together. Yeah, so 20 hours during school semester and 40 hours during semestral breaks. Now, another exciting benefit of an international student in Canada is that you can stay after finishing your program. Now, if your program is less than 1 year or 8 months, you're not eligible for postgraduate work permit. But if your program is 1 year, then you're eligible for 1 year postgraduate work permit. And if it's more than 1 year or it's a 2-year program, then you can get 2-3 years postgraduate work permit. Now, I believe that most of us Filipinos wanted to go to Canada to study so that we can bring our family with us. Now, if you are 18 years old and above and you guys are married, then you can bring your spouse or common law partner and of course your children. Now, if you are single, then your parents, your titos and titas and your siblings are not part of the dependents. So yeah, you can only bring this. You can only bring either your spouse or common law partner and of course your children. Okay, so that's it for my presentation. Once again, we are Kanata Education. We provide free assessment, unlimited consultation, and assistance all throughout your student application journey. We don't collect processing fees. We only collect 10,000 pesos security deposit, which is consumable later on for your visa application and biometrics fees. Now, if you haven't already, please follow us on our social media pages and please subscribe and like our videos on our YouTube channel so we can help more students who are aspiring international students of Canada. Thank you so much, guys. And we can now proceed with our question and answer portion.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kat. So ayan, if you're ready, just prepare all of your documents as mentioned by Ms. Catherine, but of course we will do one-on-one session with you, so you can schedule an appointment with one of us. The link will be on the chat box. You can also message us on our social media accounts in Facebook as well as in YouTube. So this is the moment that we've all been waiting for, the question and answer portion. So, hi, Sir Francis.
Yes. Hi, Christina. I have a question here for our school representatives. Okay. How long is the school application and how soon they can receive their letter of acceptance? Ms. Divine? Well, what is the processing time of application for Niagara College?
Okay. So, hello. Yeah. Okay. For Niagara College, so for May 2022, it could usually take about 7 to 10 business days, usually.
Wow.
But yes, but our health-related programs are already on waitlisted for May. So they could apply now early for September. It is only for application. Our admissions could release your LOA maybe around December. So we are just accepting applications, no releasing for September 2022.
Okay. But for the health-related courses, they can start their application as early
Yes.
as now for September
Yes.
2022 intake.
That is really recommended kasi our health-related are really popular, high demand, and competitive. So tatlo na yung ginamit kong pangalan. So ganun siya kahirap, ganun kahirap. So dapat a year before nag-a-apply na kayo for health-related. If you are health-related yung gusto ninyong top.
Especially nurses.
Yes.
Okay. What about in Norquest College, Mr. Surab?
Yeah,
How long is the application process?
Yeah, so it takes roughly 4 weeks, I would say. So it takes 4
3
weeks.
to 4 weeks.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks to get an offer letter. So right now for September 2021, I think we have a standard processing time, whether it's a January intake, whether it's a May intake, whether it's a September 2022, it's going to take 4 or max 5 weeks to get an offer letter. Right now for us, all the programs are waitlisted in May. And also pretty much all the programs are also waitlisted for January. So for us, most of the programs available are for September 2022.
Okay, are they required to? Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to add one thing that, yeah, for us, like the health program, we don't distinguish that we give offer letters for certain programs before the other. So for both all, whether they're health or not, all the programs have the same processing time.
All right. Are they required to pay a deposit or a tuition fee to secure the seat?
Yes.
To secure a seat in Norquest College?
Yes. So they have to pay $1,000 once they get an offer letter. And that's pretty much it. They don't have to pay anything more than $1,000. The remaining money they can pay before the start of the classes, and they pay only semester by semester.
Okay, when is the deadline of the deposit fee?
So it's between within 30 days of getting an offer letter. So they have to pay within 30 days $1,000 to confirm seat. And once their seat is confirmed, the next payment comes maybe 1 day before the start of classes.
All right. So they are required to pay 1,000 Canadian dollars to secure your seat or slot in Norquest College. Okay, that's very clear, Mr. Ram. Thank you. Christina?
Yes. What about for mature students? Let's say that the students have graduated from their high school or post-secondary institution a few years back and has already been working. What are their chances of getting accepted from the schools, especially if they want to take the diploma programs, the post-secondary diploma programs? Yes, Miss Divine.
Yes. For Niagara College, they will be accepted for mature students. So as I mentioned earlier nga, students from the old curriculum, kung hindi sila nakapag-college, they will be accepted. However, meron tayong limitations pagdating sa what do you call this one? Sa programs. So it could kung hindi sila nakapag-college, ang mga programs na available is business, hospitality, some engineering. Ayun, yun yung mga possible na applyan nila.
Okay, follow-up question, Ms. Divine. Are there any age restrictions when applying for Niagara College?
Wala. So our oldest student from the Philippines is 53 years old.
53.
Yes.
All right. That's good. That's good to hear, Ms. Divine.
Yes. Oh, may pag-asa pa, guys.
Yes.
Okay. What about in Norquest College, Mr. Surab? Are there any age restrictions or age requirement to apply?
No. So there is a minimum age requirement. which is 18 or above, because all our programs are practical. And so that's why we need at least 18 or above, but there is no maximum age requirement. So students from any age can apply. Even for the younger students, if they are younger than 18, then their parents have to fill the custodian form, and then they can also apply on that. So there's no concern regarding the age.
Okay, so for Canada, they will allow to apply 17 as young as 17 or 18 years old, and no age restriction. So whether you're in your 40s or 50s, you can still apply as long as you can explain your reason on coming to Canada. That's good. Are there any scholarships offered for international students in Norquest College, Mr. Surab?
We do have two kind of scholarship. One is called entrance scholarship. We call it Newquest or entrance scholarship. Again, they are not for all programs. They are for few programs, and they are competitive in nature. So yes, student can apply for that scholarship. But we do have ongoing scholarships as well, which students can apply every semester while they're student with us. And that's purely academic in nature. So they have to maintain a certain GPA to qualify for that. We do have certain scholarship for community engagement. If a student is doing some community impact work, they can apply. And plus, on top of that, we do have a college-wide scholarship as well. We're giving away around $200,000 in scholarship within our college scholarship programs. So we do have international scholarship, which are specific to international students. And then we have college-wide scholarships. So international students can apply for both. And then, yes, we do have a lot of students who are really good academically. They are able to secure scholarships.
Okay, what are the requirements to apply for the LD scholarship?
Yeah, so mainly the requirement is, like, for example, in the entrance scholarship, we are looking GPA of, I'll not go into GPA, I'll go into the percentage, because I think GPA is confusing sometimes. So 70%, I would say, to be rough idea, to get into entrance scholarship. For the ongoing scholarship, again, I'm not going to the GPA, but I'll go to percentage, which is 85% or more. So they have to score that much. And then there are certain scholarships where we don't look at GPA. We are looking at their community engagement work. So those, and there are other scholarships which are coming from faculty. And again, faculty also have different criteria. Some has academic excellence component, some don't have academic excellence component. And then they have to submit a scholarship submission letter in which they have to mention why they're applying for this scholarship, what is going to be their longer aim. So of course, they're just based on that submission as well.
All right. Thank you, Sir Surab. Christina?
All right. So for those students, there are a couple of questions here. Some would like to include or would like to go to Canada along with their dependents. So the process for bringing their dependents, as what Ms. Catherine have mentioned, is that the requirements, there's actually a set of requirements for dependents, not just for the students. So as you know, for the students, proof of finances, there's the show money or from your sponsor, or the GIC, Guaranteed Investment Certificate, that was discussed earlier. Now for dependents, the IRCC also requires them to have their own show money. So that's 4,000 Canadian dollars for an adult dependent, that could be your spouse or your common law partner, and 3,000 Canadian dollars for a minor dependent.
Okay. Yes, sorry about the scholarship for Niagara College. And because Ms. Divine a while ago discussed about the 2,000 Canadian dollars discount or entry scholarship for Niagara students, can you walk us through with the process on applying this one, Ms. Divine?
Yes. So the students, if they would continue, they will going to apply to us through Kanata, so they could apply for the 2,000 entrance scholarship. So how does it work? So the first semester, you're going to receive your 1,000 through refund. So i-refund siya doon sa school. Then after which you need to maintain 80% of your grade to get another 1,000. We have a form that you could get from Kanata. So Kanata will give you the form for the scholarship application. You need also to have LOA or letter of acceptance to apply for the scholarship. The deadline of the scholarship application is before the first day of your class.
All right. So they will get the 1,000 Canadian dollars during the first semester. Is that right, Ms. Divine?
Yes, that's correct. Tapos hindi siya pwedeng i-deduct dun sa tuition fee. So it will be refunded to their account. Credit back to their account.
Credit. All right. So first you need to settle the tuition fee first and apply for visa. And then if you get approval, you can apply for the 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. 1,000 for the first semester and another 1,000 for the second semester.
Yes. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I have a question here from our YouTube viewers. So, are foreigners allowed to apply? Well, right now, we do apologize, but Kanata services is only limited to Filipino applicants. So not just physically here in the Philippines, but as long as you're a Filipino national holding a valid Philippine passport, we can assist you regardless of where you are in the world. So for those viewers in the Middle East, we can certainly help you.
All right. There's a question about the duration of the postgraduate work permit. So postgraduate work permit is the permit wherein you can still stay in Canada to work full-time after your study. So the duration is, it will depend on the duration of your study. So if you study a one-year program, you will get a one-year postgraduate work permit. And then if you study 2 or more years in Canada, so if you study a diploma course of 2 years, advanced diploma of 3 years, you will get a 3 years postgraduate work permit. So immediately after you finish your program, you will apply for a postgraduate work permit. This one is a privilege for the international student. So it's not like they're going to disapprove it like a student visa application. As long as you comply with the requirements, you finish a program in Canada, you will get a postgraduate work permit.
All right. I'll start with Ms. Divine. What are the programs that are still available for May 2022 intake?
Okay, so hindi ko na siya iisa-isahin kasi medyo marami-rami pa na available. May hospitality, business, some engineering programs. So we do have a program availability page if they want to check kung ano ba yung mismo. But health related, we only have healthcare leadership and management. If you want to have that program, I would suggest to contact Kanata. But that program, but if you are a nurse, the program that are available for you is for September na.
For September 20.
For September. How about Sarab for Norquest?
Yeah, for May, we unfortunately don't have any program available. So all programs are waitlisted right now, business, early learning, health programs. For January, we have only right now one program that is available, which is teaching English as a additional language. We are still deciding regarding a practical nursing program for international educated nurses. We may open that program in May, or we may open that program in September. So we are still deciding it. So if we open the program, that practical nursing for international educated nurses in May, then that would be the program that will be available in May. But right now, most of our programs that are available, a lot of seats are in September 2022.
All right, thank you. Sir Francis, any more questions?
Yes, I think this is the last question. What is the difference between the regular stream and study direct stream. So dito medyo nagkakaroon ng confusion si students. So both streams can get you a student visa or student permits. It's just that there are different requirements of each. So for regular stream, you need to pay 1 semester tuition fee, and you also need to have a sponsor. Sponsor, which is a blood relative that will submit an affidavit of support stating that he or she will support your education in Canada as well as your living costs. That's why he needs to provide a bank statements or bank certificates showing that he has enough money to support your study. So the equivalent amount is required for the show money or the proof of fund is equivalent to 1 year tuition fee plus 10,000 Canadian dollars living costs for 1 year. So no need to take IELTS, you just need to pay 1 semester tuition fee and have a sponsor. For study direct stream, you need to pay 1 year tuition fee of your program and then open or secure a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars, which is the 1 year living cost of the student, and also an IELTS result of 6.0. So no need for affidavit of support, no need for sponsor. You just need to pay 1 year tuition fee, have a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars, and an IELTS. So you can apply for a student permit or student visa in Canada. So make sure you have an LOA and then medicals, then you can apply for a student visa via regular stream or study direct stream. So yun lang yung difference nila, the requirements, but both can get you a student permit or student visa.
Thank you so much. So I think that's it. Guys, if you would like to set an appointment with one of us as your education counselor, the link is on the chat box. You can also message us on our social media accounts in YouTube as well as in Facebook. And then we will discuss the steps on how we can start your application with our partner schools in Canada. So we will also discuss the programs that will be the best fit for you based on your background. So don't worry, we will help you all through the way. And thank you so much for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. And please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the YouTube channel of Miss Catherine Manasa. And our webinars are actually saved on her YouTube channel. So if you have time, you can watch it whenever you're available.
All right. Okay. So I think that's it for today's webinar. Sorry, I can't open my video. So thank you guys so much for being with us today. And you can always book your appointment with us. I put the link here on the chat box. So please book. Please click the link for consultation. Thank you guys so much. And hopefully we will receive your application to study in Canada. Bye.
Bye.